puppet on a string. Tracy Island, time traveling diamond. Could have shaped heartaches. Come to find you for in some velvet morning. Years too late. She's a silver lining, Lone Ranger riding through an open space. In my mind when she's not right there beside me, I go crazy, 'cause here isn't where I wanna be. And satisfaction.
Hello and welcome to the Forza World podcast, episode 11.
Episode 11.
Mm-hmm.
We're already in the double digits.
That's right.
We did kind of bomb episode 10.
Yeah, sorry if you had to listen to episode 10. It was a bit of a stinky episode.
It was
you can't blame us.
low energy.
Nothing was going on. Low energy.
Yeah.
I just had a big bowl of pasta. We're actually, that lack of can crack that you hear this week is actually us sipping on some wine.
It is.
It's a wine night.
It is a wine
It's
night.
wine night. Yeah, I'm not a really big...
We're now middle-aged women.
Yeah, I feel like a divorcee.
Ooh,
I need to have some sort of like fur coat.
And some leopard print or something like that.
I think that's too far. That's cougar territory. I'm just divorced and sad. So, anyways, but it is red wine, and I'm not a big red wine guy.
No,
but I did have really good red wine the other day. It was like a Pinot Noir. Everybody says Pinot Noir stinks. It might be true, but the one I had was really good.
This is a Pinot Noir.
I'm kind of on the red wine train right now. If I had to pick one. I'd pick a beer first. But if I had to pick a wine, I would pick any German white wine. That's the move. Riesling, Zinfandel, or whatever it's called.
Zinfandel, yep.
Yep, those are the two. But reds, it's growing on me, man. There's some good ones out there. I just don't know what exactly I like. So we're trying a lot of wine.
You like sweet wines.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't like that alcohol taste. It doesn't have to be sweet. I don't want it to be like somebody put rubbing alcohol in this.
That's fair.
That's what I want. Because there are some wines that are like that. Particularly cheaper wines are kind of like that.
Yeah. But I mean, this one, like...
This is zesty.
Your take on this one.
Zesty.
You
Good.
like it?
Yep.
It was $20.
Yeah, I think that's where you got to be. 20 Canadian, I think, is like the basement.
Yeah. For
like good wine, right? Yeah. I think if you're paying $12, sometimes $8.
Oh, yeah, for the whatever, the yellow something, whatever.
Oh, yellowtail.
Yellowtail, that's
stinky. That's if you want to get whammed.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
You get the yellowtail white, and then you just drink it like juice.
Yeah, not good. Actually, my grandma, we were at... Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
By the way,
Happy New Year.
So we'll call this our Christmas show.
Our holiday
the
episode.
furthest thing from festive. But
holiday episode.
I was at my grandma's, and they're not wine drinkers, but we had wine with dinner. And I was like, this is like really good. It was white wine. It was really good. And I'm like, what is this? She's like, I don't know. The bottle's in the fridge. Go check it out. So she's just like, well, look on the back. I'm like, I'm looking. I don't know what it's called. It just says sweet white. There was no name of the wine.
Was it like one of those Canadian no-name brand?
No,
Did it have
was
a yellow
like
label?
a girls' night out thing, and it literally just said sweet white.
Sweet white.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's like an episode of Frasier when you go to the restaurant. You're like, what's your wine menu? It's like, well, we have a red or a white. It's like, I guess I'll take the white.
I'll take the white. I'll take the sweet white.
I don't know what that is, but oh my God. Anyways, that's my foray into wine. But
sweet white. Interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, happy New Year, Merry Christmas. All the festivities have already passed. It's 2023 now. We're getting into a new year.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully the same stuff doesn't happen as it did in 2022.
Which is?
Forza Horizon 5 came out. Oh no, was it 2022 or 2021? I can't remember.
Oh my God. Oh, 2021. It was end of 2021, man.
Was it 2021?
Yeah.
So it's been out for a year already.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. That just shows you how much I care about this game.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's in a weird state right now, eh? Like, I mean, for those listening at home, I don't know. Like, let us know. Go in the comments. We'll be making some posts. But like, it's wearing off.
Well,
it's had its run. You know what I mean? Like, it's that initial 4-month period is usually when everybody's pretty fired up about it.
Yeah,
I don't think about it a lot right now. I'm not thinking a lot about the game. I'm thinking more about motorsport.
Yeah, there's a couple things that we want to go over with on the topic of Horizon. First off, and I know this is going to get you going, is the merch.
Oh my God!
I mean, I'm wearing the sweater right now, which is so sick. Mm-hmm. It is a very zesty hoodie. Sorry you can't buy it. It's already sold out.
It is.
Sucks to suck.
They restocked it once, but that was it.
They did. Well, as soon as they restocked it, we were on it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But the other stuff, the T-shirt, the tumbler thing, whatever that is, the license plate cover. I know you were feeling quite strongly about this, so I'll let you take over.
Yeah. Well, so here's the recap, right? So Aaron's got this hoodie on.
Yes.
It's very nice. 80% cotton. I got a medium. I should probably be in a large. So it's probably going to shrink. And they're not making them anymore. So that kind of blows. But it's this nice cream color. It's got like this like design on the sleeve, like some sort of racing stripe thing, which is kind of nice. It's like this pink. I don't know. It's nice. And it's got the 10th anniversary logo specifically. So it's not just a Forza one. This is kind of like a one-off special hoodie, which is cool. Great. It was $95
Canadian.
So 70-ish.
No, it's
35% difference. 35% difference. So it'd be 65 to probably $75.
75
maybe 80.
bucks?
I don't know. Too much.
Too much
money.
for a hoodie.
That is my point. Insane. It is nice. Okay?
It is nice.
It's very wearable. It's going to look good if it fades. If it doesn't fade, whatever. It is nice that way.
I still don't think it's justifiable. If Forza had a merch store that was consistent, that you knew for a fact you were getting a good quality item every single time, sure.
Yeah.
Charge 95 Canadian for it.
So here's the thing. This is my first experience
Yes.
with the new Xbox / Forza store, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Xbox basically runs this store, the platform anyways, so you can add Halo stuff to your cart in addition to it. Fine. Let's go through each product, okay? So I get the hoodie. That's all fine and dandy. I get a license plate cover. It's about $25, okay? Quite a bit of money.
That is quite a bit of money for a license plate cover.
For a license plate cover at face value, right? So I think, okay, well, the hoodie's a lot of money. Plate cover's a bit much for a pretty uninspired design, but it's probably nasty, right? There's a black option or a white option.
Nice.
I'm thinking this is going to be great.
Yep.
It is thin. It is very thin. It's like sheet metal.
Sheet metal.
It is basically like a thin tin kind of sheet metal thing.
Oh, is that like one of those things where people like compress a couple layers of aluminum foil and like, there we go, that's a license plate cover?
Pretty much. Like
Ooh.
So put it this way. It came in the mail bent. So it's already got a big gnarly bend in it. I can't really get it out.
Okay.
And it's thin, man. Like I can't get this on my car. Like there's nothing to screw it onto. There's
Really?
there's no stopper. If you think about a plate cover, usually around where the screw goes, there's like it perforates a
rubber
bit.
stopper.
Rubber something. It just it comes out a little bit more to bounce it out. I'm gonna have to jam 13 washers onto this thing just to make it make sense.
Oh.
Ridiculous. So screw that.
Imagine
Way
that
too much money.
$25 license plate cover scratching your whatever $1,000 paint.
Yes, I would probably kill myself, to be honest, than paint that. So anyways,
And probably sue
yes,
Xbox.
ridiculous. I am going to try to get my money back on that because it's ridiculous. So please, if you think it's going to be cool, I thought the same thing, don't buy it. It's terrible. I'm going to have all of this posted, honestly, tomorrow. And Jesus, it's just way too wispy. That's the end of that. Now, they have a thermal kind of cup thing, like a coffee tumbler cup.
Like a Yeti?
Yeah, kind of like a Yeti, right?
Okay.
Same deal, right?
Yep.
Very expensive. $48 Canadian, okay? So
For $48 Canadian?
for the 20 ounce, okay?
Okay.
It is $50 for the 30 ounce. So 50% more volume for $2.
Okay, for $2.
So obviously
Easy
I'm doing
decision.
the 30, like
Yeah.
obviously. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's this matte black kind of Yeti inspired cup. It looks identical, which looks nice, obviously.
Yeah.
And then there's a cutout of the 10th anniversary logo in
Nice.
silver. Beautiful, right?
Yep.
It gets here. It's very apparent that the way this is lasered, it's going to chip. It's going to look like crap. There's going to be little silver speckles all over it once it gets stinged up. Fine. I don't care. But it's not even a Yeti, first of all, which I should have saw coming in retrospect. There's no seal on the lid. So there's no,
What do you mean?
like
Is
where
it-
the mouth thing is, where all the drink comes out.
Oh, yeah. Like, okay. So
So
wait, it doesn't close in any way?
no, you know, there's like a little slider, usually a thing you kind of slide
Yeah.
or you
Yeah,
flip.
yeah.
And some of them too, the Porsche ones, I know they
Yeah,
flip.
the Porsche one's flip.
So there's nothing in a
So it's just
$50
consistently
cup.
open.
Yes. For a market of people that are going to have it, probably in their car cup holder, probably breaking
likely.
multiple traffic laws.
Most likely.
I'm just saying, when you're blowing through a stop sign or you're speeding, the two things you don't want is cold brew all over your pants and or dash and or cup holder area.
Yes.
And that's going to happen with this cup. Absolutely. There's no seal on it.
You
what
don't
the
want
hell is this cup? What does it do?
you don't want your AMG button getting sticky
No.
because your cold brew spilled
No.
out of your Forza
Horrible.
10th anniversary cup.
But you know what? It's the same thing as the other two items. It's a lot of money.
It is
For
a lot
what
of money.
It is for
It is a
this
lot of money.
piece of crap to show up.
Yeah.
Right? In an unmarked box that they probably got done at the corner store across the road from the fucking
That I
Microsoft
am
place.
looking at the box right now. There's no
There's
markings
no
on it.
Forza
It's
branding.
white.
There's nothing.
It's
So
just a
like-
plain white box.
Yes. So the experience was terrible. I got a bent, stupid license plate cover that's going to scratch my paint. I got
Yep.
this stupid spilling sippy cup that shows up for $50. And I got a hoodie that's probably going to shrink because it's 80% cotton. I didn't even realize that. That's more so on me. And it does look good, so I'll give them that. But the piece de resistance here,
You're
out
not
of
even
all the things
finished.
I ordered. No. We got one more thing
Oh,
going.
all right.
The stupid 50th anniversary T-shirt.
50th?
Or 10th anniversary
go.
T-shirt. Sorry, I saw something with a 5 in it. Okay. My mind's going a mile a minute here. So
Okay.
it's a
That was
black
a very
shirt.
fast 40
Hang on.
years.
It's a black T-shirt. It's like pink, sort of purpley color for the logo.
Is it
okay?
the same
No.
pink purple?
No, it's
It's
not.
different?
It's
It's a
like
different-
a darker. It's closer to a purple. It's like a hot pink.
Like a
almost.
fuchsia?
Yes, fuchsia
Okay.
is exactly it.
Okay.
So it looked cool on the site, and it looks cool in person to an extent. But then I realized it's glitter. The whole thing. It's a men's T-shirt, and the
And it's
whole
glitter.
thing is like aggressive glitter, and it's not
Like the entire logo?
yes. The whole
The-
your entire
oh.
chest. It's not in the corner. It's not in that. It's your entire chest /
That's
torso
just-
area.
Oh, that's
is
just
the Forza
fuchsia
10th,
glitter.
and it's flaking off already in the package
Oh.
everywhere. Glitter everywhere, man. It's not like it's sealed in or contained
Yeah.
or it's got like that like clear coat thing over it.
Yep.
No, this is like to the touch. This thing is flaking off like it has some sort of aggressive dandruff. It is absolutely outrageous
So
that they
it's
could
like-
even ship that.
It's like someone basically traced the 10th anniversary logo with a glue stick and then
Yes.
shook a bunch of glitter on top
Yes.
of it. And we're like, yep, there we go. We can ship that out.
Honestly, it was more like they glued up the pink / purple color, right?
Yep.
Glued that up, but then the guy didn't glue it, and then they just dumped a bag of glitter on it, rolled it in a plastic bag, shipped it out, and then charged me duty for it, by the way. Sick. I paid $30 worth of duty, which was insane.
Oh my God.
Yeah, crazy. So,
For shirts?
yes,
Jesus.
for shirts. So, this whole experience was so bad. Like, I will probably clip this and publish it somewhere because it's insane. After all these years, it's been basically 10 years since they've done some sort of formalized merchandise store. The last one would have
Yeah.
been when they had the Paddock edition. They had a couple little
Man.
individual items. Forza
The
5.
t-shirts.
Forza Motorsport 5 was the last time they did that. So that
Do
would
you
have
remember?
been...
Do you remember those blue?
Actually,
that blue T-shirt? I
Hang
think
on. I do have that upstairs.
I
Still.
know you have that
Beautiful
somewhere.
Shirt.
It's really nice.
The merch was great. The merch was actually not necessarily through Xbox. It was through
Yep.
Forza themselves. So
Yep.
all the things had Forza tags. It said Xbox tags. Fun fact, kind of cool. But funny enough, now that I think about that, that was Motorsport 5.
That was Motorsport
That
5.
was pre-Horizon.
Yeah.
The last time there was a store.
No.
I think so.
No, because Motorsport 5 was Xbox One. Horizon was 360.
And
So it was-
Xbox One. There was 2.
What?
Oh, no, I'm stupid. No, sorry.
That was Horizon 2.
Horizon 2
You
was.
muppet.
Yeah, I am a muppet. So, but they didn't have any Horizon merch.
They didn't have any Horizon merch.
They never
no.
did.
It was...
It might have predated it. They might have predated that.
Now, but what I find interesting is Forza had merch long before Motorsport 5 era because they had a couple shirts from Motorsport 4. One of them was including the track list, which was
Oh,
sick.
yes.
Do you remember that shirt?
I
It was like
do.
a white T-shirt with every single track list layout.
Yeah. Forza's always had merch. I'm just
Yeah.
talking a formalized e-com store.
No, that's fair.
That's it. They've always had merch.
They've
You can go
always had
back. You
merch.
can find Motorsport 2, 3,
Do
4.
you-
There's
do
tons of
you
stuff. Mostly
remember-
E3.
Do you remember the shoes from Forza Motorsport 3?
If you are listening and you are not driving, actually, if you're driving, do it too. Google right now Forza Motorsport 3
my
shoes.
God.
Made
If-
by Puma.
If anybody,
Beautiful
if anybody listening has a pair of these Forza Motorsport 3 shoes in a size 9 US, I will pay you absurd amounts of money to get these shoes.
This man will get a loan.
I will get a loan. I will go bankrupt for these shoes.
I'm not a shoe guy, but I
have
would
wanted
buy
these
those.
shoes for so long. Since Motorsport 3.
Yeah.
I have
think
wanted these shoes.
The last time I saw them on eBay, they were about $1,000 or something around there.
Well,
they're a lot of money.
They were a lot of money. The last time I found a pair, they were a size 8, which was one size smaller than what I would wear comfortably.
But you wouldn't wear them. I would never wear them.
I would wear them occasionally. I would wear them
I'd wear them indoors.
I would wear them to events. Like if we went to Driven, I would wear them to Driven. If we went to like an automotive event, I would wear them to that. Just
if
so
you paid
that
$1,000, you'd wear them.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
If I paid that much, they'd be an indoor only shoe.
No, I'd wear them. 100% I'd wear them.
Psycho.
Do you know why? Because I'm not going to sell them. I'm not going to sell them.
I couldn't do it. My heart would break.
You really think I would pay
moment I step in a coolant leak at Driven, I'm going to cry.
I do not care. I do not care. If you think I'm going to pay $1,000 for shoes and not wear them, you are an idiot. I do not care. People, do you know how much people pay for shoes nowadays?
About $1,000.
Thousands, not
Yeah.
1,000, thousands of dollars.
Yeah, it's the market's ridiculous. But
I'm excited for the Pilates shoes that I got coming in.
yeah, he does.
Shout out Pilates.
Well, hang on. We'll talk about that in a sec
We will.
because I do want to touch on other
Other
people
horizon,
who
other
do merch,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
whatnot. Just good general clothing.
Yeah.
This stinks. This is terrible. I can't believe this is the experience. Hang on.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I can't believe this is the experience I had. Like the whole thing sucked. How does a not car company, but like car brand have
Yeah.
the worst license plate holder I've ever seen? Worse than things that you can get at a gas station. Like you can get a Toronto Maple Leafs car, whatever.
Plastic cover, whatever it is. Yep.
Anything. Plastic. Oh my God. Plastic would have been so much better. Like it's just I can't believe they even shipped the shirt with that much glitter. Glittered all. You saw it.
I saw
is
it.
Disgusting.
It's a lot of glitter,
Right?
It is a lot of glitter.
Price
guys.
aside, I don't understand who the hell is approving this stuff. And it's so disappointing. And it's, we say it every week. The last thing we want to do when we're putting our notes together is come up with all these negative things, be like, oh, how can we be assholes this week? No, we want to find something positive to talk about. We were so pumped. We expected to be like, okay, you got to get this. This is good. This is bad.
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
Like,
100%.
It's all this is bad. The whole thing. The
except
hoodie's
for the
kind of
sweater.
nice. The
Except
sweater
for,
is nice.
Except for the hoodie. Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But
So,
how the hell do you do the hoodie and then everything else is
and then everything else is terrible. I know.
Horrible.
And that was our biggest frustration. So when
It's just who's signing off on it.
I know when
That's it.
when Xbox and Forza did this store, we were pumped. We were so unbelievably pumped
Mm-hmm.
because again, the last time that they did a big product like this was the Paddock Pack, which both Jason and I purchased. I had a couple issues with mine having things stolen, so that sucks. I know it is what it is. I can't get them back, and I'm not going to be able to find a Paddock Pack ever again.
Well, yeah, not without paying $1,000.
$1,000 exactly, which I'd rather buy the shoes for. Anyway, so when this merch came out, when we saw the hoodie, when we saw the T-shirt and the trucker hat and the license plate cover and the tumbler and all that stuff, we were pumped. We were thinking, finally, this stuff's coming back. This is going to be great. We're going to be able to, we're going to pick up all this stuff. And we're going to do a full show about it, and we're going to talk about it and how great this is and how excited we were about this coming
Like
in.
slam dunk.
Like,
for sure.
yeah,
Should've
we
been.
were. It should have been a slam dunk. The only thing that we would be able to recommend you is the hoodie,
Even then, I have a tough time.
and it's sold out.
It is. It
So
was sold out quick.
You
Yes.
can't buy it.
Yeah, and I get it. It was a limited thing. It was the anniversary edition kind of thing. But
But
like,
come out with other stuff then. Come out with other stuff then.
I know, but like $95. Like
I
after
know.
seeing it, it's like
Is it worth $95? I don't
could
know.
have made it for a better one for under. Like for 95, I could have made one that was better. I could have crushed.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
But I get the idea of having officially licensed merch and everything. I'd prefer to do that.
Yeah.
But
I get it.
That's the only thing I'd suggest for sure.
And that's it. And that's the difficult thing is we don't like slamming Forza.
No,
we don't.
this is so old. I'm so sick of it.
It is.
But I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's good.
No.
I paid all this stupid money for this glitter bomb that I got and this stupid sippy cup, okay? So that I can inform the people. And I can tell you that this is absolute dog water.
Yes.
This is what we do.
Hot dog
This is
water.
what the show is about. We're not going to peddle any crap. We tell it as it is. And this is what it is.
Yep.
Buy the hoodie, but you can't. Have a good night.
You know what?
Have a good night.
What this is like? This is like
useless
one of those
info.
I was gonna say this is one of those Top Gear shows where you're like, oh yeah, this is the car that you want to buy, but you can't because it's already sold out. So sucks.
A Top Gear top tip: don't bother going on the store because there's nothing to buy.
Because there's nothing to buy,
Lovely.
and the only thing that you want is already sold out. So, thanks for coming. Have a great night. And this was episode 11.
Yeah, we will. Good night. Yeah, we will post if that hoodie does come back in stock. I do have the email restock.
As do I.
Back on. So
Yeah.
if it does happen, we'll put something on the story right away. So make sure you subscribe to like our stories or whatever. Because
Instagram stories,
it's possible
for
they
sure.
have restocked at once. That's how we actually got our hoodies. We were on the restock list. So anyways, it's old. It's getting old. It's whatever. I can't believe they signed off on the cup. I can't believe they signed off on the license plate holder, especially. Any dummy would have realized that you can't screw it onto anything. Like it legitimately has nothing to screw onto. Like, so it's just ridiculous. So anyways, and I think I might actually have to bore it out to get it on.
Really?
I think so. I think the screws are bigger on my car.
Okay.
So, needless to say, we might just give that away.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna let me return it or anything. But it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I don't know. I've never seen another racing game have a merch store, though. It seems like a bit of an opportunity. I can't recall Gran Turismo having anything like that. I don't think Dirt has had anything like that.
Dirt, honestly.
Need for Speed, I don't know if they have a store.
So Need for Speed, I don't
They
know
have
if
merch.
they have
done
merch.
stuff with Puma before.
They have, because
They
I
have.
bought those shoes. And
Very zesty.
they are
Beautiful
wonderful
shoes.
shoes.
Beautiful
I
shoes.
love them. Like that was a wonderful purchase.
It makes you think why they don't do that collab, though.
But that's exactly what I'm thinking. So I
Get
want
somebody who knows how the hell to make a shirt, for Christ's sake.
Exactly.
Please. Somebody with a printing press that is in the back of a shed.
Yes.
It's the equivalent of what we got right now.
But
Have Puma do it.
That's
Puma
my
does
point.
all the F1 stuff.
Puma does all the F1
Yeah.
stuff. They do BMW stuff. They do Porsche stuff.
They do. Porsche Legacy and the whatever Porsche Too Expensive collection.
Yeah. The Porsche design.
Yes, that's it. That's it.
God.
It's exactly what it is. Porsche Too Expensive collection.
It's the one that you
useless.
can't afford.
$350 for a T-shirt. Yeah, I want to put a bullet through my head.
Yeah.
Same amount of enjoyment.
Does Puma do Mercedes, or is that
They do Petronas.
they do Petronas? Okay.
But for AMG stuff, it's kind of a blend. Like sometimes they do stuff, but usually it's like they pick and choose who. But
Yeah.
Puma does have the license for anything like F1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
I
is
thought so.
interesting.
And F1 merch is great. It's phenomenal.
Puma's stuff that they do is excellent.
Yeah.
Like they do Ferrari, they do Red Bull, they do Mercedes. Who else am I missing? Those are the big ones.
Those are the big ones.
But it's beautiful stuff.
McLaren?
No,
No,
not to my. They might have in the past, but currently it's not in the store.
because there's
They do Porsche Motorsport,
They do Porsche Motorsport.
BMW Motorsport.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, that was the thing. There was a couple of things in the Puma store that were Porsche Motorsport and BMW Motorsport that I was ogling over.
There's a lot, man. I don't want to tell you because you're going to buy them, but there are some really nice Red Bull shoes and some really nice BMW shoes right now.
Okay,
on
see,
sale.
but so
Very
okay,
nice,
so
very,
this is
very
the thing.
nice.
First of all, I do want to get on the topic of shoes because I want to talk about the Pilates shoes that I have ordered.
Shoe talk, shoe episode.
Shoe episode. Shoe. Just kidding. No, stay here. Stay here and listen to the rest of the podcast.
Also, DM us with your merch ideas, please.
yes,
Please.
Yes.
This is the point. Start thinking about what we're talking about, and like if there's any cool merch ideas, let us know.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't mind mocking some stuff up if we can. Just
Oh,
so we can
100%.
do- Yeah.
Like this, that was one of the things that as soon as we got the sweaters and the shirts and stuff like that, we're like, we could do this way better.
Well, we could. Like, that's why it's so frustrating. But yeah.
It is. So if you have any good ideas, send us a message. But this is what I'm getting at. So Porsche, I don't want to. First of all, I don't want to buy any BMW Motorsport shoes because my BMW is not an M division car.
Yeah,
so that's why I don't want to
feel
buy.
like you have it. That's why I didn't buy any. I bought a bunch of AMG stuff before I got my car, like a
Yep.
year before.
Yep.
And I didn't use it once until I got my car.
until you got your car.
Yeah.
And that's
It's a dorky thing, but I
It
feel
is.
most car people would do that.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I've earned the honor of having AMG stuff and I'm driving around in a Nissan.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Well, and that's the thing. I don't want to drive around in a non M5 series and then show up to a car meet in a base
Decked out.
5 series, and then it's just like
Yeah.
BMW Motorsport
Track shoe.
BMW Motorsport track shoes. Like, oh yeah, I took my 4-cylinder 5 series to the track. Yeah, don't hate on me. Like, I'm not going to do that. But the what I'm getting at is if Forza or if Xbox, and I'm saying this to Forza, if you collaborate with someone who knows how to fucking make some clothing, somebody,
Anybody. Aeropostale for all I care. Please.
no. But this is so shoes. If you want to team up and do some shoes again, because I know you guys are looking, and I know how desirable those Forza Motorsport 3 shoes are, and I know for a fact that you guys know how desirable those Forza Motorsport 3 shoes are.
Yes.
How about you team up with a shoe company like Pilati, because they teamed up with Le Mans, and they did a 24-hour of Le Mans
That's right.
collab, and they have two that are left. There's like a gray one and the navy one. Both of them are sick. But then they had this limited run one that was white, and the bottom of the shoe, the sole of the shoe, was translucent, and it had the Lasarth track layout underneath the sole of the shoe.
So it's like translucent.
So it's like translucent. You
Wow.
could see the full outline of the track. It was so sick. I wanted one of those.
That's how to make
so
a shoe.
bad. That's how to make a shoe.
Damn.
That is how to make a shoe. Imagine that with the Forza logo.
How do you spell Piloti again?
Piloti.
Yeah, check that out.
Yes.
That does sound sick.
100%. Because I know every once in a while, Straight Pipes have discount codes for them. They had a New Year's sale, which is where I got the two shoes from. But they're driving shoes, and some of the tread, like some of the sole of the shoe, is in the pattern of a tire tread.
Yeah, that's kind of their MO, I think, right? They've done that quite a bit. I seen Puma did that.
Yeah.
A couple of theirs, which is very cool.
It's very cool.
It's a bit dorky when you're walking around in the mud and then all
Or
you
the
see is
snow.
some tire tracks.
Yeah.
But
I don't
think
care.
it's cool.
I think it's really cool.
Everybody listening would think it's cool.
Yeah,
So.
I'm super excited for those to come in. We're gonna be posting pictures of those.
Yeah.
When they come in for sure.
Yeah, I've actually, I've been slacking. I want to post kind of a roundup of all the Forza merch I have accrued over the past couple of years, because there's some good stuff.
There's
some good stuff. And now that we've got this review out, I kind of want to show what's been done in the past and just how much better it was. And it was 10 years ago, for Christ's sake.
Oh,
It's
I know.
still better somehow. Anyways, that's pretty much it, though. I think for the merch, like whatever.
If Forza wants to do merch, you need to talk to people who actually know how to do merch. I'm sure you'll hear a little bit of a clip at the end of the episode of us ogling and making some weird noises of the Puma shop.
Yes.
But they know how to make some merch. So at this point, just team up.
Yeah.
If you want to charge $90 for a sweater, charge $90 for a sweater, but have it be a Puma sweater.
Well, here's the thinking behind what you're saying. I'm sure the reason that the way they have the store structured right now is because they want to sell direct, and that's where the margins are, right? I think that's fair. Rather than being scared of working with somebody to produce merch, why would you not do what Need for Speed did? Work with Puma, okay? Get to a wider audience, because those are people that shop for clothes.
Oh, yeah.
Right? People on Xbox are looking for Fortnite cards, right? On the store, and then they just stumble upon the store, right? So you're going to make more sales that probably be around the same amount of money you're already making, if not more.
On the Puma store.
The quality will be way better.
On the Puma store.
And I'm sure that Puma would pay something to use the name.
100%.
Right? Like if you approach someone and was like, we're thinking about doing this, would you, like, it's not like they're paying Puma. It's kind of like a pretty big partnership. Like they want that as much as Microsoft wants it. So
yeah.
Oh my God.
And it doesn't even have to be
Yeah, I don't know.
Microsoft. Like if Turn 10 went up to Puma and was like, hey,
They might not have the ability to do that anymore. It is possible that Microsoft.
I know
signs
Microsoft might
off.
get in Microsoft might get in the way of things and stuff like that. And if that's the case, then sure, whatever.
They still should be able to market their own IP.
If that's the case, if you go to, if Turn 10 or Microsoft or whoever it is who's doing the merch stuff, if you guys go up to Puma and say, hey, we want to do a line of clothing and shoes for our Forza brand, which has been out for over 20 years now?
Forza?
Yeah.
Hasn't hit 20, but it's getting there.
It's getting there. It's almost there. Because what was it, 2004?
Shit, 2004? Is it?
Was
Almost
it?
20 years? 10 years was not too long ago.
Well, the 10
look
years.
this up in real time.
What was the 10 year for? It was Motorsport 6, was it?
Yes. Yes, it was for Motorsport 6.
When did
2005.
2005, okay.
May 2005.
So in
18
2025, we're hitting 20 years of Forza Motorsport, which is a big deal.
Forza as a brand.
Forza as a brand.
Yeah.
So in 3 years,
Interestingly, they didn't celebrate
3.5 years.
15.
No, but they did the 10 years and they did the Horizon 10 year. So I think that was kind of like, it would have been an awkward timing.
I don't know. Mercedes is celebrating the 55th year anniversary right now. It's kind of stupid.
I know, but if you keep in mind, you can't purchase Forza Motorsport 7.
That's true.
And
it is a mess right now.
you
What's
can't
up with that,
purchase-
by the way?
you can't
How
purchase
the
Forza
hell did they
Motorsport
not
8.
see that coming? Like, I know there was the delay and everything like that with COVID, but that would have meant that the moment that game comes out, Forza 8, whatever you want to call this new game that's coming up, the moment that comes out, the old one's obsolete.
Yep.
That you always get the one kind of year overlap, right? Like, how
You
did you
can
not plan the
still
rights?
play-
Like, how did you plan it that tight?
You
That's
can-
so stupid.
You can still play like Horizon 3.
Yeah. Well, purchase, I think, is the big thing.
Oh, you
right?
can still purchase Horizon 3. You can still purchase Horizon 2.
Mm-hmm.
Horizon 1 is backwards compatible.
Yeah, that's a trickier area, but I get what you mean. I think
But I mean,
they
I
yoinked
think
that
you can
from-
still purchase
No,
it,
they
though.
yoinked one from
Did they?
purchase. Yeah,
Okay.
because we get a
Okay.
lot of DMs about that.
So 10 years ago, they
That's
yoinked
different though.
something for
That's music
purchase.
rights. That's music rights. That's
That's
different,
fair.
right?
That's
you got
fair.
car rights with all of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Music rights in addition to car rights. Yeah, I get that. That's hard to balance. Music's
Yeah.
different.
It's music.
So, my Christ, my brother in Christ.
Yes.
Okay. I don't understand why it was planned that thin, where now you have this bizarre time because of COVID, to be fair, but there's just no motorsport game. Like, everybody can just screw off. Like, you can't buy anything. That is so piss poor planning. And I know we give a lot of credit to Turn 10 and not a lot to Playground. That's typically how
It's
we like to
typically
look
how it
at
goes.
things. Yeah. So
Turn
I
10
think
knows
this
how
is
to
some
run an
well-deserved
Instagram page.
criticism that they've already gotten, but they're going to get some more. It's stupid. There's nothing going on. There's no notes. There's no news. Like, they need to drop a couple more tidbits here and there.
Yeah.
But I will say, the Insta admins have been
Admins.
very cool to us
They have,
recently. They've been
yes.
very cool. Couple DMs,
Yep.
couple comments back and forth.
Yep.
They are cool. I do
Yep.
like them. We like pretty much all of Turn 10. We like a
Yeah.
select.
The
I want to fight
motorsport-
whoever's in charge of merch.
I was going
I'll
to say
fight them.
The motor. Well, okay. Keep in mind the motorsport team wasn't the one that did this merch. This is the
Horizon team.
This is the
Yes.
Horizon team, which we already know.
But I don't know who controls
They're
the
the yellow-haired
brand
ones.
of Forza, right? Like, is it like we know who develops
Microsoft.
the game, but is there a Microsoft dick that's doing all this, and neither of the Forza teams are doing this, and they're listening to our
What-
podcast, going, "Stop
what-
yelling at us! We can't do anything about this."
All right. Well, what
Is that
color?
possible?
What color is the hair of the person who is ruining everything?
True. And you know what? The reason why I think it's not a car person that's in charge of all this is because of that license plate holder. Any self-respecting car person would never put that out.
Ever.
It wouldn't happen.
Ever.
You can't put it on a car.
No.
I didn't even know they made license plate holders that thin. Anyways, I'm not getting back into that. I'm not getting sucked back into that.
Okay.
one.
So
Anyways, we got
let's
some-
move on.
Yeah.
We'll move
Yeah.
on because I do
No more
want to.
clothes.
There's a couple other things Forza related that I do want to talk to before we get too
Yeah,
far
let's
into
talk
it.
about the actual game. Yeah.
However, I know that the one conversation that you had about a T-shirt was supposed to lead on to a complaint corner. Okay, well,
I'm trying to drink my wine. Now I'm already
sorry.
fired
Now
up.
you're choking. So,
my God.
and you're falling out of a chair. Oh my God!
I'm properly stirred up about this.
I was gonna say, cue the music. Do you have music for complaint corner?
Yes.
Okay,
Boils
cue the
my
music.
blood.
There we go. It's already on.
Yes.
Perfect. So your complaint corner was very retrospective to the shirt that you were complaining about, which was
Well, there are many complaints you can have in this world. Some people get irritated when it snows at the wrong time. Some people don't like driving in the rain. Some people don't like certain aspects of the weather or different things that may occur on a day-to-day basis. Personally, one word: glitter. I hate glitter, man. It is useless. It does nothing. It gets everywhere. It's like sand. You can't get rid of it. You can't vacuum it. You can't wipe it up. It's just under your clothes. You kick it off in the shower, and it drives you insane. And it doesn't look cool, and it doesn't add anything. But here we are, after the Christmas season, cleaning up or the tinsel in the tree, and the cards, and the amount of stupid cards that we got for $5 from somebody, from your aunt on the way to your house that she
Hallmark.
got at the drugstore, and some piece of crap card that just flaked glitter everywhere. I'm sick of it. We need to ban it. We need to outlaw it. There needs to be regulations. This needs to be put in the North American Free Trade Agreement. This needs to have economic sanctions so this is never available in the country again. You cannot sell glitter in this country, in this continent, unless you seal it with some sort of resin. My brother in Christ. Okay.
Your knee is going to be so bruised
It's
tomorrow.
bruised from hitting it and yelling about glitter. It's stupid. It doesn't do anything. Nobody has a reason why it does anything. You might as well get a couple of AA batteries, stick them in the back of your shirt, put 2 LEDs on the front of it. It's more entertaining than anything glitter's ever done. It's ridiculous. And nobody has an answer. That's the big thing. Why you like glitter? I don't know. It looks good. You can have many things look good without it flaking.
Yeah.
Like some sort of a dandruff animal.
I was gonna say,
all
yeah,
over,
dandruff
like,
is a great way to
everywhere,
describe
everywhere,
glitter.
and you can't clean it. It doesn't vacuum.
It
It
doesn't.
doesn't wipe up. It doesn't. It just sticks to you, and it's there forever. And then nobody knows how to get rid of it.
Usually those glitter particles are just small enough to get through the vacuum filter, so it just
Yes.
blows all over the house.
Yes.
And then it gets on everything.
And then you have a glitter house.
Yeah, yeah.
Glitter house. Nice. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. And for anybody to suggest that it looks good, it's like the same level of mind-numbing nonsense as the $3 firework that you buy from the guy with no teeth at the corner store near your house. And then you light that off and you're like, that was fun. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. The stupid firework wasn't fun, and neither is the glitter. Enough of it. Stop doing it. Save your money. Spend it elsewhere. Ban it. Ban it like cigarettes. That's my rant for today. I'm going to keep it simple. It's straightforward. My blood pressure is out of control. I need to down this red wine.
Thank
As if
you.
That should help. I've heard alcohol helps with high blood pressure, so we'll see how this works.
Oh God,
My God.
you're probably gonna fall out of the chair if you.
I almost did, actually.
You did almost fall out of that chair. Okay,
But
so
anyways.
getting out of
Anyways.
complaint corner, getting back into motorsport, or not motorsport, Forza.
Yes.
So I do want to talk a little bit about the current season and the past couple seasons that have been going on. I haven't been
Yeah.
too involved in it, and I know you haven't either.
No, I haven't. We keep track. I've noticed, away from the game, I have noticed an uptick in tweets and posts and stuff.
Yep.
It really seems like there's a lot more of an attempt to try to get people on
Back
or,
into the game.
Yeah, something. It's not necessarily news or events or anything. It's just little content filler posts. But there's a lot, right? Like they're tweeting all hours of the day, all hours of the night, sometimes at 3 a.m. Just
Yep.
a general, check out the BMW, whatever.
Yep.
So
Well, they were doing a lot of family, like I say family, like quote unquote car family stuff. Like there was a Chevy one, there was a Ford
Yes,
one, there was
that's
a Porsche
right.
one, all that stuff. But the one thing I want to talk to is the holiday event. So they have been doing this holiday thing for a while now. There was the holiday one for Horizon 4. There's the holiday one for Horizon 5 now, where they do something called Secret Santa. And it started in Horizon 4, which was dumb. And then they did the same thing in Horizon 5, which again was dumb.
why is it done?
Why is it dumb? Okay. Do you remember back in Forza Motorsport 4 when you could gift cars to people?
Yeah.
And you said, hey, this is a really cool car. I ended up building it. I ended up tuning it. It's really good at drifting around whatever track, and I think you're going to love it. You gift it to them, and you talk to them, and you're like, hey, I'm going to try this car, and it's sick. Awesome, perfect. So Horizon 5 introduced gifting again, but it's completely random.
Well, it's like a drop or
Yeah,
whatever
it's
called.
a car drop.
So it's
you're
just like
oh,
you're
I'll just-
donating the car to the poor,
to
basically.
but it's not even to the poorest, just to some random person. So I could, spend
It's a
20.
tax.
I could spend $20 million on a car on the auction house and be like, you know what? I want to be really nice to a friend of mine who hasn't had the time to play this game and get this car. I want to buy this car and I'm going to gift it to him. And I buy the car and I gift it, and it's just like, oh, congratulations! You sent it to some random person, and they already have 6 of them sitting in their garage, and they're going to sell them all for $20 million a piece, and now they're just hoarding money.
Now, I think they did that to prevent like fake accounts or whatever, bots, and just like gifting it to your friends. You know what I mean? Just like if you have a bot account and you just hack the crap out of the game, and then you just gift a bunch of stuff to your main account. I think that's why they prevented it. Shout out Forza Motorsport 4. Everybody did that. But
Everyone did that.
what's the difference between Horizon 4 and Horizon 5 for gifting? Like, could you straight up gift a car from one person to another in Horizon 4?
So Horizon 4, it was slightly different because you couldn't gift cars. It was something with events completed or something like that. There was something that you had to do to complete a certain amount of things to get the Secret Santa unlocked.
Yes, this is for Secret Santa. This is going back to the
Secret Santa stuff.
Right.
So there was a Secret Santa thing where it's just like if you do this type of thing in Forza Horizon 4, whatever it is, I can't remember. It was too long ago. However many goddamn years it was. But with Horizon 5, it was, hey, if you gift this many cars across the community, not just you, it was a community event. If you gift this many cars around the community, then you'll unlock like an elf outfit, which was stupid.
That's right. I hate the outfits. Can we stop doing that?
And then the second one was the Lamborghini Cyan, however you pronounce it, Roadster, which, okay, cool. It's a car that the community has been asking for, but it was locked behind Secret Santa. Now, the odds of us not completing the Secret Santa are slim to none. Like, there's way too many people playing this game. But the thing that frustrates me is you're just gifting cars over and over and over and over to each other. Like you're going through your garage, you're pulling up to a barn find because that's where you send the cars from, and you're like send, and you go and you filter by duplicates, and you just choose like the 10 cars that you just received from car drops. And you're like, I'm going to gift all these away. And you're like, okay, cool. And then you drive around. It's like, oh, you were sent a gift, and then you go pick it up, and you're like, cool. I just gave away 6 of these. I'm going to send it out, and then you just play, car tag, and you send cars all over the world to each other, and you already have 12 of them in your garage because you've been gifted so many of them. So what's the point? Like, I'm not excited by these car gifts anymore. Like if someone's like, oh, someone sent you a gift in a barn, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. It's going to be a Ford Dually that I have 12 of, and I'm just going to sell it.
Yeah, and it goes back to like, God, I hate that we even have to complain about this, but it's like it does suck. I don't want to do that. That doesn't fire me up.
No.
Right? Like, it's not going to get me back on the game. As somebody who doesn't play a ton and actually has a Forza podcast, which is the most bipolar backwards thing in the world.
100%.
It is quite odd.
It is.
Right? Like, that dynamic.
But I get it.
Like, I should be the one on there all the time. And I'm not. So it worries me. It worries me that who else isn't playing. Right?
And, when it comes to the Secret Santa gift car, they did pick a good car.
What was it?
It was the Cyan Roadster.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You muppet. Have you not been listening to the conversation I just had with myself?
No,
Thanks.
I just thought this was like a separate thing in addition to that.
No. So you got this Lamborghini Roadster. I don't
care about Roadsters. I don't care.
It's fine. I would have preferred the coupe, honestly. I think the coupe looks better compared to the Roadster.
Yeah, well, no, I agree. Like, there's not too many cars where I would go out of my way to pick the Roadster. Revington Roadster is one where it's like, but even then the hardtop's still really nice. So
I know.
I don't know what you pick.
Oh, okay. Here's a question for you: 911 GT3 or 911 Speedster?
Oh, Speedster.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, Speedster for sure. RS, I think you got a different story.
What do you mean, like GT3 RS?
Yeah, like a regular GT3 versus a GT3 RS. I'd probably pick the RS.
I pick the RS.
Yeah,
Over
but regular GT3, I'd rather have the Speedster.
I'd rather have the Speedster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Where I'd be with.
But so this was my point. When it comes to the cars that people want for the rest of the season, the cars like the seasonal cars, there was the Cadillac limo. There was the AMC something, the red, white, and blue one, whatever that one's called.
Oh, yeah, I don't know the name, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can picture it.
Yeah. And then the Plymouth Fury that came out. I know, exactly. Okay. But all of the cars are recycled. Like, we already had them in Horizon 4. But what pisses me off is in Horizon 4, when we wanted cars... like the 488 Pista and the 600 LT and the Huracan Performante, Even the Gunther Works and the Singer 911, when those things came out, people lost their mind. Like, you would do whatever
That's
you
the
could
reaction you
possibly do to get on that game, to play it for that week because you wanted that car. I've missed the entire season this week, or the entire season this season.
And it doesn't bug you.
It doesn't.
Nope.
Like, I logged on to get the Roadster because it was a Secret Santa gift, so you're just going to get it. Like, you don't have to work for it. Am I disappointed that I don't have a Cadillac limo to drive around in Mexico? No. Am I disappointed that I can't put 1300 or 1800 or whatever AR12 put in the Cadillac limo? Kind of. Like, I think that'd be funny.
It's a meme.
It is a meme.
It's
a
not
meme
a
car.
long-term...
It's a meme
like,
car.
Oh, I'm
It's-
happy I got it.
I know.
I'm going to forget about it pretty quick.
Oh, 100%.
Right?
It's going
There's
to be
a
one
lot
of
of
those
things
cars.
like that. There's a lot of things like that in the game where the satisfaction level's so short-term.
Yep.
So limited.
Yeah.
And
You know what car hasn't dropped the satisfaction levels? The new BMW M4. That one I haven't dropped. Like, I still drive that around consistently.
That's becoming one of your regulars.
That's one of my regulars.
A sign of a good car is if you stay in it and you play the game and you screw around.
And you use it in races.
You use it in races, but like
the
it's your
sign of a
screw
good
around
car.
car too.
Yeah.
Right? That's a sign of a good car.
And the BMW M3 GTS.
Oh yeah.
The one with the wing on it that was
Yes.
orange. I love that car,
Was
man.
that an E93?
E92.
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 So that's like the 2014-ish kind of
Ish. Yeah. With the V8.
I almost wanted one of those for myself in
I-
real life.
I do.
Not the GTS because
I
I'm
do.
not wealthy, but yes.
Well, yeah, but that one with the 4-liter V8, I want one. I want an E90, which is the sedan, and I
Yeah.
want the E90 sedan with a manual transmission. That's what I want
I'd take
because
that in forest green.
the manual is so much more reliable than the SMG. A lot more reliable. Granted, the engine's not reliable, but anyway, we're getting off topic. The cars that we get excited about when it comes to the festival playlist stuff is the ones that we use over and over and over again. And like you said, the mess about ones, the ones that you mess about in after you do a couple races. And we don't have that anymore. And that's why it's dying. But enough about Forza. We're droning on about, complaining about the game again, ironically. And there's motorsport stuff that we need to talk about.
Motorsport news, not the
motorsport
game.
news.
Yes,
No.
real life.
Real life motorsport news. I want you to go off about Hyundai.
Yeah, this is interesting. So this is something that kind of developed today. And Hyundai, of all manufacturers, isn't so much rumored, it's kind of confirmed that they have a legitimate interest in becoming an engine supplier in Formula One for the 2026 season. And it's not that it's a rumor, it's that there's money behind this and there's moves that have been made somehow. There's I have to read this whole big write-up or whatever, but
Article. Yep.
it's at the point that like they've invested money, they've been doing research, and it started. Like this process has started. It'll either be 2026, maybe 2027, but probably the former. Hyundai, though, like really? I don't know. They run in the Pilot Sport Challenge at IMSA, which is the lower levels.
But keep in mind,
And that's
Honda made Formula One engines and they make Indy engines.
But they make Indy engines, dude.
And
How do you go from like the
Red Bull
scraps-
Formula One was Honda.
Yes,
It's a Honda engine.
but here's my point. How do you go from the scraps of IMSA to the pinnacle of motorsport? Like, you don't think you should
That's
try
fair.
out LMDH first?
That's fair.
And kind of ease your way into it? Like, look at what Andretti Autosport is doing. By the way, they might get a team, we'll see. But how, like, they're doing it the right way. They're in Indy, they're in Rally. They're going to try with this LMDH stuff, or at least some sort of top level, IMSA / FIA WEC / ELMS, whatever. And then they're going to try F1. They're getting all this backing and whatever. Hyundai, like, I don't know, man. That's a big move.
It's
and
a
if
big
it didn't
jump.
work for Honda, which I think would have had a better shot at this, and I mean, that was recent, right? That was 09 they backed out. 09, 08, whatever. Come on. I can't see that working. who the hell's gonna run that? Like
I
Aston,
don't know.
maybe.
Well,
I don't
maybe
know.
maybe this is just like a Korean power play.
I don't know what it is, but I just don't know what team. Like if F1's expressed that they don't really have much of an interest in expanding the number of teams and the drivers on the grid and all that.
That's fair.
It's fine, right? And if they're going to do it for anybody, it's probably going to be Andretti, right? So unless Andretti has something going on with Hyundai, which could potentially be the case now that I sounded
Maybe.
out, maybe. But even then, it specifically said engine supplier, not team, not anything
team.
else.
Just the engines.
And it just feels a bit like I don't know who the hell is going to run that engine.
Maybe the FIA was like, who's the least expensive manufacturer we can get to produce engines, and let's just have them produce engines for every single team.
I don't know, because there's no reason FIA or F1 specifically would have any interest in another engine provider. Like they wouldn't. Why would they go out of their way to have? They probably want less. Maybe I don't know what.
Especially Hyundai.
Especially, well, they'll take whatever money they can get. It's just it's more of a bizarre move from Hyundai's part because, like, I mean, maybe the whole EV side of things for development, but I think every racing fan knows that it's when people say, okay, this car manufacturer is here in order to develop their road car engines and road car technology, paddle shifters, and all that innovation, whatever. I think every racing or car fan knows that's a load of crap. And this is just an excuse to use the corporate money. That's what this ultimately is. And then it's like every once in a while, it's like, okay, let's just put this in the car. And it's to justify it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
This is a fun thing. This is screw around money and it's branding, right?
Yep.
Ultimately, that's what it is. It legitimizes your brand. Who in the hell is buying a Hyundai because they're in F1? I can see it for Aston. I can see it for a company like Maserati, maybe if they ever joined. I can definitely see it for McLaren and for Ferrari and for Mercedes. It seems a bit odd
I think
for Hyundai.
I think you and I both know one specific person that is going to
One of our friends would quite like
milk
this news.
the absolute
That's
shit
true.
out of this news.
However, it is a bit insane.
And
That's
it's still
not
a Veloster, dude.
That's
Calm
not where
down.
they make their money. They
Calm
make their
down.
money.
It's still a
off-
Veloster.
I know. But they don't make they make their money off the cheap cars. They make
That's
their
true.
money off the little stupid silver things with cloth seats. That's what they make their money off of Hyundai.
What, you mean the Velosters?
Maybe Elantris, whatever. I just don't get it, and maybe there's more to it, and maybe they're coming out with like a Kia Stinger opponent. I
Maybe.
could definitely
Yeah.
see that.
I could see that.
But I mean, that's an awful big move for one car, even two cars at like a performance-ish level for the road. So unless there's some sort of big EV play here, I don't really understand. And who the hell knows where synthetic fuels are going to be in 3-4 years from now, right?
Ooh, monkey sounds.
Monkey sounds.
Speaking about synthetic fuels, Porsche have filled up a vehicle with...
Is this our version of the Dacia Sandero, by the way? Synthetic fuels?
I think so.
All right.
Porsche have filled up a vehicle with synthetic fuels and have run it, and it's driven. It works. It's
Not shocked.
It works. I'm
That's
not. No,
good.
I'm not
That's
shocked.
very good news.
But it's the fact like this. It's not the. It's still technically your development stages, but they have tested it in an actual vehicle, and it has driven perfectly fine. There has been no hiccups between the transition between your fossil fuel and your synthetic fuel. There's no extra parts that you have to add. You don't have to change the ECU.
This was a long-term test they did with it too, right? This wasn't like they just fired it up and said, "All right, all is well."
No,
I think
they drove it around
for a while.
Yeah.
and this is their findings.
It was a full tank.
That's good.
So it's exciting, but yeah, there's no ECU. This isn't like a Dodge Demon where you have to spend 45 minutes to an hour and a half changing up the middle.
tune
There's no
yeah.
tune that you don't. Oh, I need to change the ECU so I can put jet fuel in my car.
No, there's no fiddling about.
No, you
And
just
more
fill
importantly,
it
at
up.
the pumps, this just goes straight in, as we've discussed. It's
Yep.
all the infrastructure stays the same, but that's good, man. It's good. Like I mean, all the F1 trucks and haulers and whatnot run on that fuel too.
Yep.
I think it's a different company. This is the one you're talking about. It's the Porsche company.
The one that Porsche has
Audi,
been
Lamborghini, they've all invested in that
developing it.
Volkswagen.
Yep.
There's the scalability now. That's the problem. So we'll see, man. It's
I
going to
just-
be very interesting.
I'm
next couple
so
years.
excited that the internal combustion engine is pretty much saved now because of this, because of synthetic
in
fuel.
some degree, the
in
old
some
ones
way.
are saved for
Yes.
sure. We will be okay. That is right. It's just gonna be interesting to see what happens with motorsport. Because
Well-
you think about what car they're testing on. They're testing on a Porsche. Right?
Yeah.
like
Because I think it was the GT3R that they were testing it on. And
I feel
the
like
GT3,
you would want to test this
GT3
on
RS.
V12s.
Yeah. No, I know.
Let's use as much fuel as we can and go the opposite
and see what
because
happens.
if there's no emissions, who the hell cares,
Yeah.
right?
But in the topic of internal combustion engines, I'm not too sure if you saw it, but the engine that Acura is making for the upcoming season for LMDH, whatever it is going to be or is rumored to be the last internal combustion engine that Acura will use for motorsport, period.
Wow, so that's it.
That'll be it.
We'll see how significant that actually is, though, because Nissan used the same engine for 12 damn years.
Yes.
And they just made different changes to the bore and whatever, but it was the same engine, more or less.
Yeah. But
the same code.
But I mean like the last internal combustion engine for motorsport.
No, that's what I mean. But like you can say that, and then 2032, you're still using the same engine. So they made that's the last one. But like, you know what I mean? You're still.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like
that's fair.
I think this will probably have a long run. This regulation in motorsport is going to be around for a while.
Yeah,
for sure. So that's sad news. Acura is a bit finicky. Well, Honda / Acura is a bit finicky when it comes to the top level of motorsport. They're very fair weather.
Yeah.
Right. You think about they just yoinked everything out of F1 all in one day, right? And then they came back to what do you call it, IMSA. Mazda did the same thing. Remember when
Mazda
they pulled out
did.
of
because they
were
disappeared.
finally seeing success in IMSA, and they almost won the top level.
Yep.
Like they were very close. And then like midway through the next season when they were competing, they're like, "All right, that's it."
Yeah,
it's
see
like,
you later.
What are you
Thanks.
talking about, man? Like you figured it out. Like Viper did that, but they won like 2 years in a row or something. Like, okay, like we're good.
Yep.
But like
Honestly,
you're so close.
that
And they had a
was-
good team. They had the old Team Jost or whatever.
That
Very
was like
good.
the power move that Bentley did. Like they came back after
Oh,
100
that was the
years in Le
ultimate,
Mans.
though.
That was the ultimate move. Like they're like, oh yeah, we won Le Mans 100 years ago. So here's our prototype car, and then they won, and then they're like, all right, thanks, see you later. We did what we came for. Like talk about Porsche being power moves when they're talking about the 963 not being worried about the technology that comes between now and the start of the season.
I have a rumor that is floating about. The two teams that are in cahoots to join Formula One are Hyundai, or two teams, two manufacturers, Hyundai, and the team that is interested alongside of them, Porsche.
I don't think Porsche is going to do Formula One. I honestly
They've
don't.
already put the money down.
No, I know, but and they can develop all they want, but I honestly don't think that Porsche needs Formula One.
I don't either, but they already put the money down, and I think there'll be the branding element. So it's possible Hyundai does the power
but what
unit.
branding?
I don't know.
What
but
branding
I'm
does
just reading
Porsche
the
need to
tweet.
do?
I'm reading. It's from Sports Insider,
No.
Sports Illustrated.
I honestly don't think Porsche is going to go into Formula One. Because
Audi will. Audi will for sure.
If you go the branding route, Porsche doesn't need any branding. They have the same, like the 911's been around for 50 years, 50 plus years. So what branding are you going to need to do on the 911?
I don't
You
know.
don't.
Why do they do
People-
anything? Why do they sell jackets for $250? Why do
Because
they
it's Porsche.
make so many core? I don't know.
But this is the
doesn't
thing.
matter.
So Porsche already has this very set brand image where, like you said, the Porsche design stuff is stupid expensive and people buy it. People pay for it. But they don't have to be like, oh, we're a Formula One team. Come buy the Scuderia Ferrari stuff for $370,000. Like Porsche's just like, oh, you would like some German glasses. Okay, these ones are going to make you see better, and this jacket's going to be very comfortable. Okay, we charge you £7,000.
This is
And
painful.
people are like, yeah, okay, cool, I'll pay for that.
Yes, I know. I get it. They've got their audience. There's not much more they can do. I understand. I'm just reading the tweet. It is nonsense. It is true.
Okay.
Allegedly. We'll see. If it's on Sports
Allegedly.
Illustrated, it's probably pretty good.
Oh yeah. Sports Illustrated.
There's probably something behind it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's interesting. That's kind of the news we're going for here. Oh, actually, hang on. I got something for you.
Yes. Is
We
this more?
have-
Is this more about glitter?
It's not.
No? Okay.
But it's something else negative. I know we
Okay.
don't like talking negative stuff, but our only 2 segments on the show are negative.
That's fair. Well, even when it's not a segment, it's still negative.
It's your turn this week.
It
for
is.
everybody's favorite segment. Fuck that car.
Fuck that car.
So I'm very curious because I like we don't really know what the car is going to be. Sometimes we give hints. You know, sometimes if it's
Sometimes we
like
talk
really
about it
juicy, we'll
before.
talk about it. But I have not asked. I don't know
No.
what this car is going to be. I usually don't, to be honest, because I like the surprises.
You like
Always
the
something
surprise.
nonsense. But what is this car going to be this week? What is
this week? This week's fuck that car is specifically the Hummer H2.
Ooh,
I
yeah,
fucking
I hate that car.
hate
Okay.
the Hummer H2.
Lay it on
Now, okay, so the Hummer H1, yes, the Hummer H1, you got the military thing, you got the Arnold Schwarzenegger stuff.
It's aware of how
It's
nonsensical.
aware of how it
Yes.
exactly. Like the people who drive the Hummer H1 don't drive it for practicality's sake. They drive it because it's an absolute nonsense machine and it's huge and it's ridiculous.
It's an army car.
It is,
Yeah.
but that's the reason why they drive it and they love it because of it. The Hummer H2 is for the people who want to pretend to be Arnold Schwarzenegger, or they want to
They
pretend.
want to pretend it's an army car, but they want none of like the inconveniences.
No, they want it to be a luxury vehicle, so it has.
have airbags.
Yeah,
and such
so it's
things.
like what 6.2 liter V8. It weighs the same as most houses.
It's very heavy.
It's very heavy. It's about as aerodynamic as the Empire State Building, and it's just or cow. It's just as attractive as a cow.
Yeah, it is.
It's
ugly.
they're hideous
I
vehicles.
saw a lifted one. There's a lifted one in Sarnia. Have you
Is
seen
there
that?
really?
Very lifted.
Oh, that's so bad.
So what's your beef? Is it more with the people or more with the car?
Oh, it's well, okay, both. I've driven one. They're awful to drive.
Yeah,
Awful
heard
to
that.
drive. The visibility stinks. You cannot see anything.
It's like
you
driving
have,
around an uncompleted house.
It is. You have no idea. Like most cars, you have an idea where the front end is. You have no idea where the front end is on a Hummer because as soon as you get within 30 yards of the car in front of you, it completely disappears.
Yeah.
So you're like, have I run them over yet? I don't know. But yeah, like you never know. And then there's the people that drive them, and the people that drive them are the most ignorant pieces of shit on the entire planet because they care nothing other than getting in front of you or getting there before you. I have not once in my life have seen a Hummer driver yield or move out of the way or follow the rules of the road in any sort of way. They're like, oh, I'm turning right, okay, cool, I'm going to turn right, and then everyone else is like, oh, I'm going to try not to get run over by this brick.
That is true. It's the worst driver.
Yes,
The worst drivers drive Hummers.
the worst drivers drive Hummers because nothing is going to matter. If you have the one with the little like the bull bars around the grill and the headlights and stuff
true,
like that,
true.
that is solid steel, my guy. That will
That
take
thing's a
out,
piece of junk,
That
though.
will take out whatever you want.
It did ride like garbage.
Yes.
It looked like garbage.
Yes.
Because it like the original Hummer looks cool,
It's
right?
a GM product.
It's very narrow for what it is. It's still wide as hell.
Yep.
But it still looks too narrow. They always come in that. I hate that stupid yellow that it comes in too. It's the worst color. Ugh,
It was horrible when it was new. It's horrible now. It was built by
it was
idiots.
built by idiots.
It's like it's a Buick LeSabre, but it's not. It's a Hummer.
It's the same people.
It's the same people.
No, it sucks. I'm with you.
So bad. I do not like the Hummer H2. The H3, don't even get me started on the H3, but the H3 at least sized down. Like the H3 knew that it wasn't actually a Hummer. It knew it wasn't actually an SUV. They're like, okay, we're going to make it smaller. And then there was the H3T where they gave it a truck bed and made it somewhat useful. The Hummer H2 is just completely pointless. I hate it. Fuck that car.
Yeah, I'm with you, man.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
there's still, and then the yellow's dumb.
The yellow's
and then
dumb,
there was
the
that
orange is kinda
stupid like
stupid.
volcano red, whatever orange shit.
Yeah.
That was dumb. And then if you get it in black, then you're like,
Oh,
oh,
dear.
look at me,
I
I'm
got
a
it. You know what? You know what? You didn't even touch on is the
people-
worst. Hang on.
Okay.
Is the worst mod scene in car history the Hummer modification scene? It might be.
It's who's the worst for vehicle modifications?
Hmm.
Hummers and Jeeps. Those are the worst people.
I think they're one of the same. Are Hummer drivers Jeep people?
Did they transition?
I think, oh my God, I never thought about that. I think when you couldn't buy a Hummer anymore,
They all transitioned to Jeeps.
I think they'd have to be Jeep.
They all cut their penises off and they bought Jeeps.
But what else are you going to buy that's just as stupid and nonsensical? Like, in reality, there's been no other car that can compete with Jeep's level of idiocy and impracticality as the Hummer.
As the Hummer.
So once that went away...
I guess so. I mean,
wow,
yeah.
I didn't even think about like that was not scripted. I didn't even think about that, but that is a very good
fair.
point.
That is fair.
It is just as stupid. I hate that car.
They're so bad.
Oh my God.
They're so bad. Take the pictures away. I don't want to see them.
Anyways.
The Hummer H2s are dumb. Hummers in general are dumb.
They're all dumb.
The electric
the new one.
the
I like
electric
the
Hummer. I
Hummer.
like those ones.
But that's a GMC. That's
It
a
is-
GMC.
It is a GMC Hummer. It's the GMC Hummer EV. So it's not a brand of Hummer. It is a brand of GMC, and it is a sub-brand of Hummer. That is okay. I'm okay with that because it knows it is a nonsense vehicle, and it embraces
really good
the
car.
nonsense. That I'm okay with. The H2 didn't embrace the nonsense. The H2 was like, look at me. I can pretend to be an army vehicle.
Well,
But
I'm
no,
gonna.
the GMC Hummer EV. That one is sick. If you want to look it up. Look at some of the reviews on it. The Throttle House one is sick. It's a really good SUV or truck or whatever you want to call it now.
So, by the way, 1,000 horsepower, 350-mile range, and
Ish.
0 to 60 under 3 seconds.
Ish.
I heard it's.
Ish.
I heard like 3 seconds is generous. I heard they're doing it in 2.6. I've heard that. I've seen the test.
Ish.
Anyways,
I say ish. That's
it's the heaviest of all the big EVs that's come out.
It is.
Of Ford and I forget the other one. What's the other?
Because no one cares.
Well, there's the stupid Cybertruck, and there's another one. But
Oh,
the
the
Hummers,
Rivian.
the Rivian.
Oh, I'd rather have a
Rivian is
Rivian.
nice.
I'd rather have a
but
Rivian.
Stats wise, on paper and functionality and features, actually looking into it, the GMC does make the most sense, especially with price. It is across the board is the best one.
But it's bigger and it's not as attractive as the Rivians.
I agree, but it's like $30,000 cheaper and it has higher range, I believe, and it's definitely
Rivian has better
faster.
range. If you get the extended battery pack.
Anyway, well, yeah, well, how much is that? Anyways, we're in a weird time right now, right? There's not a lot of
is.
motorsport stuff going on, but like behind the scenes,
Granted-
absolutely. There's not a lot for cars, but I mean, this is when cars like launch. This isn't when they're announced.
We're in the middle of winter.
Yes.
It's January.
Mm-hmm.
The cars that are getting announced is like, oh, look at this new all-wheel drive variant of whatever, and we're like, okay, great, yeah, we live in Canada, thanks. But this isn't, like you said, this isn't when things are starting to get announced. I think
No.
come February, April.
Oh, it'll be bumping, man. Like, I mean, that's right around F1 season starts. Cars are starting to get launched. Geneva. Yep, absolutely, man. There's a lot of big things that happen around that time, but there's not anything going on with Forza either. Let's be honest.
I really want to go to the New York International Auto Show. I would love to drive down.
Okay,
that.
so I've heard from a lot of people that Toronto's is better than New York now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
For
Well,
sure.
let's just go to Toronto. again.
Toronto's supposed to be better than New York, and it's supposed to be better than Detroit. Detroit's is more about selling like family cars.
Yeah.
That's what it's become.
Yeah.
And New York isn't supposed to be as much of a spectacle as Toronto's, for whatever reason. I don't
Well,
know
let's
why.
just get a
Still pretty
fucking
low.
plane ticket and go to Geneva.
Yeah, Geneva would work. I don't know. Here's a list. I have a list.
Oh no.
This is from Car and Driver.
Okay.
They're not our friends, but they're whatever. I was gonna say our friends at Car and Driver. They're not our friends.
Well,
Seven-
I enjoyed Car and Driver magazine.
They have some nonsense takes from time to
They
time.
do. I like them. They're not like we don't know them personally. So
Whatever.
Like,
Anyways,
yeah.
this is too long.
Okay.
7 cool cars that are finally legal for U.S. import now that it's 2023.
I was reading this. Yes,
They're
I was
very
reading
interesting.
this.
So the R34 Skyline.
Yep.
And the picture is the Millennium Jade R34.
I
which is
love that color.
my
That's
second
the
favorite
best color.
aside from Midnight Purple.
Okay.
That's my favorite.
I'm
It's
really glad you didn't say Bayside Blue because
No,
Bayside Blue is
no.
way overrated.
basic.
But no. Honestly, Millennium Jade is my number one. Midnight Purple's right underneath
Yeah,
it. So
those,
we're back.
those are the two. Top
Those are the two.
Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 5.
Yes.
You might remember that car. It was. Do you remember what year it was? Because I don't.
19.
Late 90s.
I was gonna say, was it 97?
I think so. It doesn't say. on here.
Okay.
The Subaru Impreza STI 22B, which personally is my favorite Impreza.
Yeah, but you're never going to be able to afford one.
No, absolutely not. They're very expensive.
Over $300,000-$400,000.
It says $250,000 US.
Yeah, okay, there you go, 400,000.
Yeah, the most recent one sold last year, or at least publicly, $300,000 US is what it sold for, and it was not at auction. It was not at auction.
Holy shit!
So that's crazy. We've also got the Subaru Legacy GTB wagon.
Yes,
EJ208. Gorgeous
Those
wagon.
are really cool.
Very simple. You know what I mean? It's just a cool ass Subaru, man, that we didn't really get over here. So
yep.
Pretty, different than the Legacy GT Spec B, I believe it was called, but still pretty cool. An interesting one on this list to me was the Honda Accord SIR-T, if I can find any information on
is
here.
that basically like a Honda Civic Type R made into an Accord?
Pretty much.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's just kind of a spec'd up Accord.
Did they make that in a wagon? Because I know that they made.
I don't think so.
I know they made Accord wagons.
I'm not sure. I have a stupid one on the list though.
Okay.
Proton Satria. Something.
Oh, yeah, but Protons are cool,
They're
though.
kind of weird.
Protons are cool.
They're weirdly
'Cause
neat.
didn't-
It has like the lifted truck kind of bolt-on fender things on it
Yeah,
too, which
yeah.
is
Like
interesting.
the fender flares
Yeah,
were.
but there's like the studded look to it. It's
Exactly,
kinda funny.
yep.
And it's just a little hatchback. Like it's a little stinky car.
It's
I don't
funny.
know.
I
It's
saw.
kind of funny.
I saw one of those fender flares ripped off and sitting in the parking lot at
Oh,
work. Yep, it was hilarious. I loved it.
Most interesting one on this list.
Is this the R390?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it's also
so
the 911.
Porsche and Nissan GT1 cars.
Yep.
So the Nissan R390 GT1 that you might remember from Forza, it's that dark blue, really swoopy looking road/track/ we don't know what the hell this is because it never actually entered racing.
Nope.
And then the Porsche 911 GT1 Strassen version or whatever. Lovely, lovely cars, both of them.
And
they both
they're
sound
what,
terrific.
10, they're
They
what,
look
10,
great.
15 million a piece now?
Well, there's 25 road legal the GT ones. The most recent one that sold was last year, and it was not at auction, but it was for $11.3 million US.
Oh my God! Yeah,
That's a lot of money.
10 to 15
That
million
is a lot
dollars.
of money. And the Nissan, there's not many of those.
No, I think there's only a couple of them made. One of them sitting at the Nissan headquarters.
Yeah, pretty much. I think it's like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
It's not many, and I think they're all slightly different. There's little different tidbits about each of them. But anyways, I thought that's an interesting list. It's something I always forget about, that there's all these cars that exist in Europe that don't exist here, that we're not exposed to very much, and we can't really bring over anyways. I mean, utes here and there, right? Wagons, stuff like that.
You know what my
Stuff I'd like to
favorite
see in the game.
You know what my favorite thing about living in Canada is compared to the States? We don't have to wait 25 years.
We don't, but we do have to pay through the nose for import
Yes.
tax.
But we
That's
don't have
the
to
only
wait
catch.
25 years.
No.
Okay, you know what I'm waiting for, and this is going to be nice and quick. I want to finish it off on a high note.
Okay.
Because we've been here for a while. I am very excited to be able to import I think it's 2009, 2010 Audi RS6 Avant. Because those had the twin turbo V10.
Yeah, they were really nice. And that was an R8 V10,
It was the R8 V10
was
with
twin
two
turbo.
turbos strapped to it in a station wagon.
Station wagon's the coolest part of that. I'd take it naturally aspirated.
Yeah.
It. You know what I
if
mean?
they
Like
made
either
it.
way, I'm happy about that. No, that's a car. We miss out on so much wagons.
Oh, so many.
Oh my god, I'd love to see that.
And
Has ever been in a Forza game?
No. The standard sedan is.
Same engine?
Yep.
The wagon's
Yeah,
cooler.
the wagon
There's
is cooler.
something a little bit of that Cadillac limo.
Yeah.
There's something a little bit about that when you got a really fast wagon in the game. It's like practically nonsensical.
Oh,
is how I would
100%.
describe it. I could do that as like an everyday kind of car. I couldn't do the Nissan or the Cadillac in every mission and every, you know what I mean, bombing around the back roads in the game. But I could do a nonsense wagon.
I could 100%.
That'd be lovely. It's how people do it.
E63 wagon,
Yeah.
RS6 wagon,
Absolutely.
C63 507 wagon.
Oh, give me that. Look that one up, folks. That's a take on my car, but the
right, calm down.
507 wagon, I think often gets forgotten about in place of maybe some of the E-Class wagons that have come about. But it's sweet, man. Like, that's a real nice car. Any of the C63 wagons, but specifically that one was nice. Just because
remember-
there was no Black Series wagon. But yes.
Do you remember in Europe we never got this in North America. They had the generation of the I think it was the E60. I could be wrong, but it was the M5 with the V10. And they made an estate version of it. So you could have that BMW with that Wailing V10 in a wagon.
Did you ever see the pickup truck version?
They made a pickup truck version?
Oh God!
Excuse
This is how we're gonna leave.
Oh no!
It is something else. So they made an E92 pickup truck.
Oh yeah, the E92s. Yeah. I saw that. I
Okay,
thought you were
sorry.
talking about the M5.
No, I don't believe they've ever done an M5.
Okay.
But the M3 they did do a pickup.
The pickup. Yeah.
Which was pretty awesome.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that because they did an
Yes.
old one. They did an old pickup, whatever that is, an E30.
Yep.
E30 pickup was cool too.
Yep. E30, E92.
That's my tidbit for today. If you weren't aware of that, yes, they did. I don't know if it was an April Fool's joke or why they did that with the E92 specifically, but it was pretty neat. And it's just a Ute, but
I would buy one.
I absolutely would buy one. I would love to have one. But anyways, I don't know. That's all we got for this week. It's a pretty fluffy week. Sorry for the absence as usual. But good
You know
times.
what? We have a life. We're not, until
There's been nothing really too pressing. And yeah, I don't know.
I was going to say
we like to leave it for one show.
until there's something, big or crazy that pops up. Like if we get a bit of information that's just, we're both talking to each other about consistently, that's when we'll do, a big recording and do it right away and as quick as possible. But there hasn't.
No,
there hasn't been anything.
I think and just in car stuff too. So I think we'll probably bring the weekly or bi-weekly back.
Yep.
In the next little bit, but that was the reason for that. So we hope you enjoy this episode.
Yep.
We know you didn't enjoy the last episode. We didn't enjoy that.
Nah.
Listening back to it was a bit of a stinker. So
That's fine.
We'll make it up to you.
We brought the energy back in episode 11.
We did. I complained about some glitter. We talked about the merch. You'll see that on the Instagram too. We're going to be talking merch the next little bit.
There's going to be pictures of it.
2023, it's going to be a great year. It is the 10th year of Forza World, which is pretty crazy. It's
gonna
not,
say
not until December, but it is the 10th year.
Yeah, the anniversary is December 23rd.
Yes, December
Okay.
23rd. So
Sweet.
we've got a ways. I mean, myself personally, I started doing the Forza photography right around now. It was very early January. I can go back and check the date, but originally the account was just something under my name, and then it got changed to Forza World officially on December 23rd. So anyways, 10th year, big stuff coming for sure. I know I can't wait for the racing season to start, to get the car back out of storage, to get some meets, get some cool stuff going. We're going to have some more time this year, some races,
Driven
F1,
show.
a lot to look forward to, a lot of really fun stuff to look back on as well. But yeah, we will be back. We will be back in the next little bit, talking some trash, talking some cars.
Yes.
Yeah, man. All right.
Well,
this has been episode 11.
Episode 11. Thanks again, guys, and have a wonderful night.